Welcome to Nanny Knowledge with Miss Jen. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome mommies and daddies, nannies and grannies, and anyone who's just looking for a little extra advice or information about all things baby. Infants, newborns, toddlers, all the way up to preschool age. We will be covering all of that here on my channel. So make sure you subscribe so you can get notifications and updates every time I post new fresh videos for you. Today here on Nanny Knowledge with Miss Jen, we're going to be discussing 10 tips on traveling with kids. In some of my other videos, I've talked about traveling with children on an airplane. This one is about road trips in the car. Doesn't that sound fun? Loading the kids up in the car in the back seat with all your backpacks and luggages, snack packs and fruit cups and toys and puzzles and seat belts and car seats. It's a lot, but it can be done and it can be fun. With a little bit of patience, some compassion, and a lot of love, you're going to get through this road trip, mommies. This might sound obvious, but mommies, daddies, nannies, grannies, please make sure that your kiddo uses the bathroom before you get in the car. I know, no-brainer, right? You would be surprised at how hectic things are in the morning when you're getting your car loaded up and you're putting all your suitcases and backpacks and snacks and food and you're loading up your car and you have one kiddo that's just a little antsy and taking too much of your attention. You just kind of might forget. You might forget to have your kiddo use the restroom before you go. Chances are that kiddo's going to say, Mommy, I already went. Mommy, I'm done. I don't have anything in my bladder. I'm fine. I'm done. I would insist. I would make it an absolute requirement. We are not getting in this car unless you sit on that potty and let me hear some drips. Give me 5 drips, 3 drips, however old they are. I say, you're 3 years old, give me 3 drips. If you're 5 years old, give me 5 drips. Chances are they're not going to just do 3 or 5 drips. They're going to open up and empty out. The whole point is to get them to sit on that potty, to relax, empty their bladder, and get in that car without a full bladder so that you're not stopping in 20 minutes before you even reached the edge of town, right? Travel tip number 10. My final and favorite tip for traveling and road trips with toddlers and kids is the dollar store, the 99-cent store. Go fill up a bag full of little cheap, totally inexpensive, tiny little toys to bring on this road trip. Pack them up in a backpack. Make a little grab bag of new toys that you got from the dollar store or Walmart or wherever, but make them small so that they're easy to travel with. And it's something new. It's something new and exciting for that kid to get to play with that they don't have at home, just their normal, usual, regular toys. Now, if they do have a favorite toy, I've said this in my other travel video, traveling on an airplane with children. If they have a favorite toy or stuffed animal that they really can't live without and it's not too huge to bring in the car, let them bring that. It's a little piece of home that they can have with them to make them feel comfortable and feel not afraid, not too far from home. A little piece of home. But there is something fun about opening a bunch of new toys. Now, I'm not saying dump the bag out and they get to have all 58 toys all at once. I'm saying pull those toys out when you need them. If they're having fun with their little crafts and their arts and their cameras and they're doodling and they're coloring and they're doing their thing and they're happy looking out the window counting red cars and blue cars, then let that ride. Let that last as long as it possibly can, right? Stretch it, mamas, stretch it. But if they start losing their interest, if they're starting to get impatient, if they're getting squirmy, if they're getting antsy and agitated, restless leg syndrome, start pulling out one toy at a time and introduce that toy to them. Say, hey, look, if you're really, really good for the next 20 minutes or until we get to the next road sign or until we get to the next rest stop, I'm going to give you a new toy. They are earning these little rewards along the way so that they're not just getting these little toys and gifts and rewards just for nothing. Make them earn it and let them know that they've earned it. Let them know that, oh, you have been so good. You're being so quiet. You know, if you continue to be this good on this road trip, you're going to earn a little special reward. I got some little special treats and toys for you. Also, on the flip side of that, if they are misbehaving and they're squirmy and crying and grumpy and misbehaving in that back seat, that's a good time to use that tool as well. This is a tool for you, mommies. This is an opportunity for you to say, okay, kiddos, child, baby, cutie pie, I don't like the way you're behaving. So here's what we're going to do. If you continue this yucky behavior, mommy and daddy are going to be very unhappy. I'm going to be very disappointed, or I'm very sad, or this is not fun for us. Let's try to be nice. Let's have fun. If you're really good for the next 25 minutes or until the clock turns to the big hand on the little hand on the 6 or whatever, then you can open up a new toy that I bought for you. Now, speaking of open up, one of my fun tips is to gift wrap these little tiny toys and trinkets individually. Get some old Christmas paper that you really hate, or some old birthday party paper that you don't care about, and just wrap them all up. It might take some time ahead of your trip to prepare for this kind of stuff, but it'll be worth it. What kid does not love opening wrapping paper? Of course, you get those kids on Christmas morning that are opening their $200 Christmas gift, but they're not even playing with it because they're so entertained by the tissue paper with the little snowman on it and the Rudolph or whatever. So gift wrap these little toys, and individually, every time you hand them one of these toys that you got for them, they get to unwrap it too. Is that fun or what? And they feel special, and they're going to remember those special little moments and those special gifts and toys and rewards and that good behavior. It's going to bring focus to that good behavior. And the way that comes in handy for you is if you have a road trip to go back the way you came and you're coming back from your destination back home, you still have that half of a trip to still do. So remember to ration out those toys and save some of them for the way back home, just in case you're doing round trip. Another tip would be make sure that you have the right car seat for your child's weight and height and size and age. It's different from state to state, so make sure you look into that and make sure you've got the most current updated car seat for your child's safety. If your little one has grown out of their child seat or their baby carrying seat, if they're old enough and the right weight and height, depending on the requirements in your state, a booster chair is always fun because they can be a little bit higher and look out that window when they're on that road trip. I think that covers all 10 of those topics. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you've tried any of these and they worked for you. Also, let me know if you've tried some of these tips and they didn't work well for you. I'm always open to hearing your input and your advice and your suggestions. And if you have other really great creative tips on how to travel in a car and be on a road trip with kids and toddlers, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your ideas. I think we can learn from each other. I love to share my tips and my advice, but I would love for you to share your tips and advice with me too. In fact, if there's enough more new cool tips and tricks, I'll make a whole separate new video. I'll even give you honorable mention if you want. But I'm always open for new suggestions for mommies that are trying to go on these road trips with kids in the car and they're just at wit's end and they don't know how to keep that child entertained and still and quiet. So, good luck on that road trip. Have fun. Be safe. Wear a seatbelt. You're going to get through this road trip, mommies. It can be done and it can be fun. With a little bit of patience, some compassion, and a lot of love. I'm here to help. We're going to do this together. Thanks again for watching. Please leave some comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Some thumbs up are always nice, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. That are young and haven't... kids get grumpy. Kids get claustrophobic. Kids... I'm in my comment. Trail mix trip. Trail mix? No. Eight. Start doing this to the driver in the truck. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is the end of part 3. The link to all the other episodes are down below in the description. If you have any questions, please leave a comment.